something that's often overlooked when starting a group is actually just the practical physical arrangement. Make sure when people walk in the door that it's clear where they're supposed to go. So where are the tables? Where's your signing in thing? Where do you have the refreshments? Where can people go to sit? Because if somebody is coming in and is apprehensive and it's not clear what they should do, the worry is they might turn around and go, oh, I'm not going to come in because I don't know what to do. So it's to do the practical things, make sure you've got the practical things right.
Well, I think it's very important when you facilitate a group to be respectful of people and be mindful of their situations, because we don't always know what's going on in people's lives. I think confidentiality is key, not discussing people's personal problems, to be mindful and respectful when you're running a group.
The most important things to get right in running a group is to make sure that people feel that they belong to the group. It's so difficult actually when you're lonely and you join a group because you feel that you're an outsider. And it's important to make sure that they're welcome within the group so that they don't become an outsider, but they are within the group. Give them something to do. Help them in realizing that they're not on their own, but they have friends within the group that would help them. And that's the strongest thing you can do, I think.
Now, I know a lot of people, and all of them are very good friends. The people who go to the groups are very caring to each other. I feel very good with everyone in the groups. Whenever I lost work, I felt a bit ostracized, but going to the groups is beneficial. It makes me feel that I am not wasted, if you understand.
I've made new friends and I look forward to seeing them every week. And if somebody is not there, we might say, why is so-and-so not here? And someone might say, oh, they have a hospital appointment or something like that. And we always look out for each other. That's just the way we are. I found the groups were the only way to stop my really bad depression.
I think I experienced lots of times when group was working very, very well. I think when I started to see bonds being made and friendships being made and little groups of people coming together outside of group. And I think that's, for me personally, that was a big, yes, we're doing something right here. These people who did not know each other are now going out for lunch together, are meeting up once a week. And then to see them 6 months later organising day trips and weekends away, which I actually went on one with them, it was just fantastic to see.
Once you've got the practical things right, it's important to be open and friendly and make sure that the environment is welcoming, so that when somebody comes in, they're not faced with, you know, a lot of pairs of eyes staring at them. Who is this stranger? You know, that people are ready and willing to accept new members coming along.
I think it can be quite difficult for groups to become independent. I think it's getting the right person with the confidence to bring that group forward. When you see somebody in a group that you know they could be a group leader, they're strong enough, they could run this group, they are that type of person, I think that's when you really need to encourage that person then, that they need to take ownership of their own group and not be so reliant on the charity to help them. But I think it can be difficult. I think not everyone wants to be that group leader, not everyone wants to facilitate, people just want to come. So I think it can be a difficult one. People have to come forward and maybe want to do that.
Over time, with the dance group, as well, obviously the social thing, people did get better at the dancing. And I do remember once specific moment when I was leading a dance. Because of COVID, we were doing line dancing. We weren't allowed to do partner dancing. We were suddenly seeing 20 people on the floor, all in synchronization, all in time, all with smiles on their faces. And that was a point where I thought, this has worked.
The groups have enabled me to cope better with life because, as you know, I used to be a nurse. And everyone used to say to me, you're a giver rather than a taker. And I just can't get out of that mode. So I think the groups are helping me because I miss work.
After the group, now I can go out and talk to people. I can approach people. Before, I wouldn't have talked to people before they talked to me first. I definitely didn't feel just the same. But you really felt that you had a family, you know, really. And you felt loved and stuff like that. Things I hadn't felt for years. I mean, a good wee group that I always remember.
Getting a group right, for me, is the right welcome, the right setting, that it's laid back, that there's no pressure on people, that it can just be a social outing. It can be what they want it to be, regardless of the title of the group. I know people, for example, who go to dance group because they love the music, they love the social aspect of it, but they don't dance. So it's about letting people know you can go to any group. You don't necessarily have to join in, but that can be your social outing.
I think you never know how a group is going to develop. And obviously different groups will develop in different ways. From the experience that I've had with the Engage with Age dance group, we started off with very few people knowing each other. Most had come along as individuals. But gradually over time, the group got bigger and became far more self-sufficient. So I think with a group like that, it can be realistic to think eventually the group can look after their own affairs and with support. I don't think it's a question of saying, right, okay, bye-bye, you're on your own now. Other groups may be different. It's going to very much depend on the nature of the group, the nature of the individuals within that group. But as a goal, I think it's a perfectly reasonable goal to strive for.
It sort of is like the way when you feel you have your dinner at night time. It fills you up for the rest of the week and you can't wait until the next, because it was a Wednesday and you can't wait until the next Wednesday until you're back again. And when you walk in the doors, the place is going to be the place to give you a bit of a lift until you go back again. It gave me a new lease of life. It gave me a boost. It lifted you from that one day you went there till you went back again. Better than any tablet, as the saying goes.
Yeah, I think times I've witnessed when groups have been going very well is just really seeing the bonds and friendships that people have formed over time. And I think that wouldn't happen without the groups. Those people would never have met up. I think just witnessing that means that group is doing something right. I have seen people form friendships. I've seen them exchange numbers. I've seen them go on holidays together. And I think that's testament to the success of the group.